Hey, good morning. I want to talk to you guys about speaking like where you come from. Many of you may not know, but I was raised in South Carolina. I wasn't born there, but I was raised there. And all throughout the United States and throughout the world, as many of you know, as you travel into different places, you meet people that speak differently, that have different, in the South we call it a Southern twang, right? They say things like yonder, words that people up north never heard of, but up north they call soda, they call it pop, right? So there's all these different ways that people talk. But I just want to encourage you today, as people ask me all the time, why don't I speak like where I come from? Why don't I have such a strong Southern twang like many people do that come out of South Carolina? But why don't you speak like where you come from? That's a harder question. I'm not talking about your geographic location. I'm not talking about where you're at in the world. I'm talking about the God that you came from. Why don't you speak like where you came from? Why don't you speak like you're above and not beneath? Why don't you speak like you're a lender and not a borrower? Why don't you speak like you're from royal priesthood, that you can walk in boldness and in love? Why don't you speak like that on a daily basis? So this week, that's my major encouragement, is to speak like where you come from and know your value and know whose you are.